In the serene village of Kpalimé, nestled in the lush hills of Togo, lived a vibrant young girl named Amivi. At 17, Amivi was the heartbeat of her community, her laughter as bright as the morning sun filtering through the palm trees. Her eyes sparkled like the nearby streams, and her warm greetings to elders, Bon matin, monsieur. Bon matin, madam, melted even the sternest hearts. The villagers adored her kindness, often saying, Amivi's spirit is like the breeze that cools the hottest day. Parents held her up as an example. Why can't you be like Amivi? Have you ever seen her quarreling in the market? Amivi lived in a modest mud brick home with her parents, Maman Kosi and Papa Kofi. Maman Kosi, a beloved weaver, sold colorful cloths at the village market, her gentle nature mirrored in her daughter. Papa Kofi, a respected village elder, carried himself with pride, his voice commanding attention at council meetings. He cherished Amivi, calling her my star, my legacy. But one day, the light in their home dimmed. Amivi, usually full of song, grew quiet. She tired easily, her appetite faded, and mornings found her retching behind the house. Maman Kosi, ever watchful, sensed something was wrong. One moonlit night, Maman Kosi sat beside Amivi on her sleeping mat. My child, what burdens you? Are you unwell? She asked softly. Amivi, her voice weak, insisted, it's just a fever, Maman. I've taken some herbs, I'll be fine. But Maman Kosi's heart wasn't convinced. The next morning, when Amivi rushed outside to vomit, Maman Kosi took her to the village healer. After a careful examination, the healer pulled Maman Kosi aside. Your daughter is pregnant, 6 weeks along. Maman Kosi's words spun. Pregnant. Impossible. There must be a mistake, she cried. But the healer's words were firm. At home, Amivi refused to name the father, her tears falling silently. When Papa Kofi returned from a council meeting, Maman Kosi shared the news. His face darkened, and his voice thundered, pregnant. Under my roof? She has shamed our name. The village soon buzzed with whispers, and a crowd gathered outside their compound, drawn by Papa Kofi's shouts. In the center of the yard, Amivi knelt, tears streaming down her face. Papa Kofi stood over her, clutching a staff, his pride wounded. You were my pride, Amivi, he said, voice low and bitter. Now you've brought disgrace. If you choose to live like an adult, then leave my house. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Maman Kosi fell to her knees, pleading, she's our only child, Kofi. Have mercy. But Papa Kofi turned away, unyielding. Even Monsieur Jean, Papa Kofi's closest friend who had recently returned from France, tried to intervene. Kofi, reconsider. She's young, she made a mistake, he urged. But Papa Kofi's heart was stone. He packed Amivi's belongings into a worn bag and cast them out. Maman Kosi slipped her some money and a small bundle of food, whispering, tell me who did this, Amivi. Your father might forgive you. Amivi, tears in her eyes, replied, no one will believe me, Maman. They'll call me a liar. With that, she walked away, barefoot, into the unknown. The villagers watched in silence. I thought she was pure, some whispered. A snake in the grass, others muttered. Amivi passed the market, the mango trees where she once played, and left Kpalimé behind, her heart heavy with fear but clinging to hope. Amivi wandered until nightfall, arriving in the bustling town of Kpalimé, far from Kpalimé's quiet hills. Exhausted and hungry, she ate the now sour yam her mother had packed, then curled up outside a closed shop, using her bag as a pillow. At dawn, a crowd gathered around her, curious and suspicious. A woman named Maman Yowa approached, her eyes kind but cautious. Who are you, child, sleeping here like this? She asked. Trembling, Amivi replied, I'm Amivi. My father sent me away because I'm pregnant. The crowd dispersed, but Maman Yowa stayed. Come with me, she said, extending a hand. I care for you. Hesitant but desperate, Amivi followed. Maman Yowa's home was small, with cracked walls but a warm heart. She gave Amivi a bed, food, and new clothes, rubbing her feet with shea butter each night. Slowly, Amivi's smile returned, though her heart ached for home. Months passed, and on a stormy night, Amivi's labor began. Mama Nyowa held her hand, urging, "Push, Amivi. You are strong." By dawn, Amivi gave birth to a healthy girl, whom she named Aku, meaning joy. Mama Nyowa wrapped the baby in a soft cloth, and Amivi felt a fleeting peace. But one night, a month later, whispers woke her. Peering through a crack in the door, she heard Mama Nyowa speaking to a man in a sleek suit. "The baby's healthy, perfect for you," Mama Nyowa said. 800,000 CFA, and I'll throw in some cloth for myself. Amivi's heart stopped. Mama Nyowa was planning to sell Aku. Terrified, she clutched her baby and, at first light, fled while Mama Nyowa slept. She walked for hours, barefoot, until she reached another town, Sokode, where she collapsed by a roadside, whispering prayers for safety. In Sokode, a well-dressed man named Kojo found Amivi. "Why are you here with a baby under this sun?" he asked kindly. Too tired to resist, Amivi shared her story. Kojo offered her a place to stay, a clean flat with a soft bed. He provided food, clothes, and care for Aku. Grateful, Amivi kept his home spotless, cooking and cleaning as a way to repay him. But after 3 months, Kojo's kindness turned sinister. His gazes lingered too long, his footsteps paused outside her door at night. One evening, he tried to enter her locked room, saying, "I've cared for you, Amivi. Isn't it time you care for me?" When the doorbell rang, Kojo left to answer it, forgetting Amivi had a key. She grabbed Aku and fled into the night, collapsing in a churchyard. A woman, Maman Grace, the pastor's wife, found her. "You're safe now," she said, taking them in. For the first time, Amivi felt truly protected. Maman Grace taught Amivi to weave baskets, which she sold after church services. Her intricate designs drew crowds, and her kindness won hearts. Aku grew strong, and Amivi's spirit healed. 2 years passed, and Amivi's baskets became known across Sokode. One day, a wealthy woman, Madame Elise, approached her. "You have a gift, Amivi. I can help you build a future." She offered mentorship, but Amivi grew wary. Madame Elisa's promises echoed Mama Nyowa's, and the girls in her grand house seemed trapped despite their fine clothes. One night, overhearing Madame Elise on the phone, "She's young, perfect for the minister. I have her ready by Friday," Amivi knew she was being groomed for exploitation. She recorded the call and gathered evidence, then fled to Maman Grace. With her help, Amivi released a video online, exposing Madame Elisa's trafficking ring. The story went viral, shutting down Elisa's operation and earning Amivi widespread support. Amivi used donations to start Aku's Weaves, a basket weaving business that employed single mothers. Her fame grew, and 3 years after her exile, she was invited to a grand wedding in Lomé to showcase her work. There, she saw a banner featuring the groom, Monsieur Jean, her father's friend. Her heart raced. Jean was Aku's father, the man who had betrayed her trust years ago when she was just a teenager. Confronting the bride, Amivi shared her truth. "Jean hurt me when I was young. He's Aku's father." The wedding was cancelled, and Jean was arrested for his crimes. The news reached Kpalimé, where Papa Coffee, now a broken man after Jean swindled his wealth, learned the truth. His lands were gone, his pride shattered, but Maman Kosi never lost hope in Amivi's return. One evening, a sleek car rolled into Kpalimé. Amivi stepped out, radiant, with Aku by her side. Maman Kosi wept, embracing her daughter. Papa Coffee, frail and humbled, fell to his knees. "I failed you, Amivi. Jean was the monster, and I believed him over you." Amivi lifted him up, handing him deeds to new lands she'd bought to restore their family. "I forgive you, Papa. I came to heal, not to hate." The village celebrated Amivi's return. Her business flourished, and she opened a shelter for abused girls, giving them skills and hope. Papa Coffee walked with humility, Maman Kosi with joy. Amivi, once cast out, became Kpalimé's pride, proving that truth and courage can mend even the deepest wounds. Moral: never judge a story by one chapter. Pain shapes us, but courage defines us. Silence shields the guilty, but truth sets the broken free.